Minister, blockchain in the beef industry is tomorrow's offal. Whomever controls the blockchain controls the sector. And this has to be publicly owned and not let fall into the hands of one or two vested interests. Now, Minister, this is the last throw of the dice for beef farmers in this country to have the opportunity to have some element of control of the market, and it needs to be led by you as Minister.
Yeah, thanks, Deputy Naughten, for raising this, and I know it's something you've been a very strong advocate on. Firstly, I'm confident, Deputy, that the food safety controls and traceability systems operated by the Department in cooperation with other relevant agencies, particularly the Food Safety Authority of Ireland, can provide assurances to consumers of Irish beef, wherever they are in the world, that the highest standards of safety and traceability are upheld and enforced here. With regard to traceability in particular, the National Bovine Herd already has a robust traceability system with the Department's Animal Identification and Movement System, which records and maintains the identification and movement data in respect of cattle and other livestock in accordance with requirements under EU and national law. With regard to the blockchain concept and its application to the beef sector, I would agree that this technology certainly has potential for the future, and I certainly see its merits. I know some sectors are further advanced than others in examining the benefits such as or a blockchain approach could bring. It's important that we examine all options open to us to future-proof the sector. However, I don't have current plans to develop a state-owned and controlled blockchain in any sector. In the first instance, proof of concept or feasibility analysis with respect to implementing blockchain in the beef supply chain would need to be driven primarily by the sector supply chain actors to ensure appropriate buy-in and successful implementation. Secondly, in terms of the Department's regulatory role, as I've outlined, this already operates in full compliance with EU and national legislation, and it is unclear what additionality, if any, blockchain could bring to these regulatory requirements. More generally, you will be aware, Deputy, that I've taken a number of important initiatives aimed at increasing transparency in the food supply chain, with the signing in September 2021 of an SI to give effect to the price reporting obligations coming from under the EU, and I believe increased price reporting is going to be an important tool, along with other initiatives in the time ahead in supporting primary producers. And on last week, Deputy, I brought the Agricultural and Food Supply Chain Bill to Cabinet and received approval from them, and we'll have that office established and functional by the end of the year. Thank you.
First of all, Minister, can I welcome the measures that you're taking in terms of market transparency. However, I'm deeply disappointed with the response that you've given me here this morning, Minister. As you know, primary producers in Wyoming, primary producers in New York have gone down this particular route because it provides an alternative route to market for a premium product that can have a direct financial return back to the primary producer. And the only way that this will work here is if this is led, owned and controlled by the state. Now, what you're telling me here this morning is that you're going to do, like has happened generation after generation, leave it to the beef barons to develop this particular initiative. And as I've said to you, Minister, this is the offal of the future. Whoever controls the blockchain will control the route to market. So if we're serious about giving a financial return to beef farmers, this needs to be publicly owned.
Listen, thanks, Deputy Naughten. And as I say, listen, I see merit in this, but it's going to be important to the sector and assess it and have ownership of it. I take the point you make in relation to making sure that any future system would absolutely be to the benefit of farmers and family farms and add value to animals. So, listen, I mean, I'm open to the idea and its potential. In terms of farm representatives that are assessing it or working with yourselves in relation to fleshing it out and considering the potential, I'll certainly happy to engage along those lines. I know it's something that you have advocated for before, but as I say, to be clear, in terms of traceability and the safety of what we're doing, it's exceptional, it's world-leading. But we do have to be looking to the future as well, and any ideas or suggestions that farm organisations or representatives have, as has been my approach, I'll certainly engage in relation to how we can improve and bring the sector forward in the years ahead. Thanks.
Minister, the difficulty is that if it's not led by you, this will not happen, and will not happen to ensure that we have an alternative route to market. Now, we've handed over €6 million to Bord Bia to promote suckler beef, even though Bord Bia have publicly advised your predecessor that they don't believe that there's resonance in the market for suckler beef. So why we gave them €6 million, I don't know. However, the reality is that that money, if it was invested in a publicly owned and controlled blockchain, would provide a real financial dividend to suckler farmers across this country by giving them a premium route to market. Now, Minister, can I ask you one final question, and that is in relation to the other avenue regarding this of providing a financial return to suckler farmers, is the PGI status for suckler beef. Where is that application at present?
Margaret.
Thanks, Cahirla, and thanks, Debbie Naughten. So the PGA application is for grass-fed beef. And I know it's something you have advocated strongly for as well, yeah. Deputy Naughten. So it has been going through the process with the Commission, and it's in process at the moment. The opportunity for other member states to engage and give their views is the stage in the process it's currently at. As part of that as well, I've had a lot of engagement with my Northern Irish counterpart, Minister Edwin Poots, in relation to actually developing that on a 32-county and all-island basis. Both of us are working closely together to try and ensure that that grass-fed PGI standard is an all-of-Ireland application, which means that Irish beef can be marketed abroad and we can get a premium work then to try and premiumise that in markets abroad. So obviously it's not in our gift. It's the Commission's decision to approve it or not. I'm certainly hopeful that that will be the case, and a lot of work is going on across the board in relation to breaking it to the stage that it's at the moment.